Hello, hello. It's Jennifer Sinceri with Stampin' Up. Happy Tuesday night. Hi, Stacy. Good to see you. I'm just going to share this live in my group so that more people can find us. All right, if you are hopping on and enjoying this video tonight for the live, would you give me a comment and let me know who you are, where you are? I would love for you to share this video with your friends so that they can have some fun this evening as well. I always like to come on a few minutes early to allow everyone to find us. So, let's see. I will go over a couple of housekeeping things, and Percy just jumped on the table. Darling little kitty cat. Okay, so tonight we are tonight is Terrific Tip Tuesday. This is a new series that I'm going to start. Hopefully, hopefully my schedule will allow for another Facebook Live during the week. But I'm hoping to bring you tips and tricks on Tuesday nights. Okay? And we are going to learn how to make 9 cards using one 12 by 12 DSP. All right? That's correct. 9 cards using one sheet of 12 by 12 DSP. All right, and the stamp set, or actually bundle, that I'm using tonight is the Quite Curvy bundle. I'm going to be using some of the stamps and then the dies. What I will point out to you is that the bundle is $41.25. And during this month and the entire month of February, we are doing Celebration. So if you spend $50, for every $50, you get to pick out a free stamp set or a pack of paper from this brochure. So you are only $9 away from that. So you could pick yourself up a pack of DSP or a pack of cardstock, and then bam, you're good to go. You've got your $50 purchase, and you get to pick out a free stamp set, or like I said, a free pack of DSP. Right, a couple other things. Paper Pumpkin. The next Paper Pumpkin kit is called Bouquet of Hope. It's going to make 8 full-size cards. You need to subscribe by February 10th. All right, and you can also do Paper Pumpkin and the prepaid with the code. You can use that to get celebration items as well. So if you have questions about Paper Pumpkin, please let me know. I just did a Facebook Live on Sunday on the last Paper Pumpkin kit. So you could go back and watch the replay for that. And then my Friday night, I always do a fun Friday night class. This Friday night, we're going to be playing with the Simply Succulents bundle. And I'm going to show you some tricks on how to use the Stampin' Blend pens and how to use the fabulous die in this bundle. So you won't want to miss that. This is a free paper crafting class to you. You just join me on Facebook Live. And then the last thing I'm going to share with you tonight about events is my workshop to go. I'm not holding face-to-face classes right now because of COVID, just to keep everyone healthy and safe, but I am creating card kits for you to take home and assemble. So that the deadline, the day that you would pick them up, is February 20th, and I would need to have you RSVP and pay me the week before that so that I can prepare enough kits. I do 5 cards for $15. Okay, let's get started. Who do we have here? Let's see. I see Stacy's here and Cindy. Hi, Cindy. Okay, so I said we're going to make 9 cards with one sheet of 12 by 12 DSP. And I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. So I wanted you to see this visual. This is a piece of 12 by 12. It's actually the cardstock, like tag, really thin tag board that they put in the packs of paper. And I wanted to use this to show you. What you end up doing is you take your paper cutter and you cut at 4 inches and then 8 inches, and you get 3 strips. And then you're going to take those strips and you're going to cut them again at 4 and 8. And that creates 9 4x4 squares. And then we use these squares to make cards. And the technique I'm going to show you tonight is called the split card technique. I'm going to show you how to cut the paper. This is just a piece of retired paper that I pulled, just something really quick. So I'm going to put it in my paper cutter and I put it on the 4-inch line. Okay. And there's 2 blades. We want to use the dark gray. Okay, there's my first strip. Move that out of the way if I can get my nails to work here. All right, and then I'm just going to move it to the 4 again. Okay, there's 3 strips, 4 by 12. Now I'm going to take those, I'm going to line them up. Make sure, if you wanted to do it one at a time, you could do that. But our paper trimmer can handle multiple sheets of paper at the same time. It's totally up to you. So I'm just making sure everything's lined up really well. I'm going to cut that at 4 again. Okay. Then do it again at 4. I always go through twice if I'm doing multiple sheets. So now I have 9 4x4 squares. Now I'm going to still use my paper trimmer because what I'm going to do with these, you can use a paper trimmer to create the split card, or you can use dies. I'm going to show you both ways. All right. So let's say you don't have the dies and you're just going to use your paper trimmer. Okay, you're going to put this in and let me pull my sample here. I'm just going to move this so that I've got, this is the middle of the card right here. Okay, I'm just going to move this on the cutting side so that I have a little bit of the top and a little bit of the bottom in the cutting, what is this called? I don't know what that's called. Where the blade would go. All right, and I just cut it in half. So now that is my split card. Okay, that's my split card. This doesn't match. It's not the right color, but I'll just show you. Thank you, groove. Yes, that's the word I'm looking for, groove. Okay, so there is your split card. All right, and like I said, these are not the matching colors. I'm using this on the sample we're going to do tonight. But then you would put your stamping here. You don't have to use another mat, but because this color is so dark, you're not going to see any stamping on there. So I ended up making a little mat, and then your DSP goes right on top of it. Okay, that is the split card technique. Super easy. When you do this, you're going to get 9 cards out of that one piece of DSP, which is awesome. You can mass produce cards super fast. Now, I told you the other way that you could do this is with the dies. So there are 2 curvy dies that come in this bundle. One has just the holes, and then the other one has this really pretty lattice work. Okay, I've tried it with both, and both of them give a different look. I'll show you one that's already done. Let's see. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to make it. I'll show you my samples at the end. That way you have to stay and watch the whole video. Ha 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 ha. Okay. So I have already cut my 2. I did it in advance so that I could save time tonight. All right. So there's my my card that I split in 2. It's a little slightly different when you're using the dies. What I did was when I put this through the Big Shot, I just placed my die right on top like that and ran it through. But as you saw, when I cut with the paper trimmer, I had to slant it a little bit. Okay, so there's 2 different ways you can do this technique. All right. So it's going to have a slightly different look to it, but I think you're going to love it. So let's start putting this card together, and I'll show you my samples. All right. Where is, oh, Stacy, I did it again. Where is my, there it is. It's hiding. I cleaned up from my last Facebook Live and it got hidden. I wanted to pull out my silicone mat because I don't want to get my placemat all sticky. All right. So we're going to put this down. Just have a standard card base, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, okay? And then I cut my mat at 4 by 5 1/4. No, yeah, 5 1/4. I always take 1/4 of an inch off. All right, now we're going to glue this down. You can use liquid glue, you can use snail, whatever you feel comfortable with, whatever you want. Liquid glue gives you a little more wiggle room in case you don't get it quite down where you want it. Snail isn't as forgiving. You can end up ripping your paper if you're not careful. Okay. All right, that's that. Now we're going to do the stamp, and I pulled my Pretty Peacock. This paper is from the mini catalog, and just so you guys know, it's that beautiful. It's this from this suite here on the cover. It's called Art something. It's called Fine Art Floral Designer Paper. Okay. And then this is Pool Party. And then I'm using Pretty Peacock as the base. All right, the stamp I'm going to use is Made with Love Just for You. There are some curvy stamps. There's 4 of them that you could choose from, but I am going to do some type of focal point right here on the side. So I didn't want to cover up my sentiment. So I chose a sentiment that's a little bit smaller. Okay. All right, there's that. Ooh. Oh my goodness, it doesn't want to close. There we go. All right. Now I just took, this was one of my 4x4 squares. I'm going to end up not using it for a card. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut out the flower. For your focal points, you can cut DSP and add it on. You can stamp something and add it on. You can use our punches. There's so many things that you can do. So I am going to cut out some of these flowers here and add those with some dimensionals to really make them pop. You could, what I thought would be really cute is using the mason jar punch and then stamping some flowers inside the mason jar punch. You could do that. That would be really cute with this paper. Or this bundle has dies in it, and you could use some of the dies to cut out the flowers. They just don't cut out all of the flowers. So, and I wanted some of these tiny flowers. So I'm just going to go ahead and fussy cut. All right. And I know you can't see it yet, but just let me show you what it's going to look like with the dimensionals. Let's see. I think we'll cut this big guy out too. We'll see if we can fit this one. Whenever I fussy cut, I just don't even really move my scissors. I move the paper. I think the color combination on this piece of paper is so pretty and so cheerful. I'm not a huge gray person in my crafting. I don't use gray a lot. So I was challenging myself to do something that I don't normally do. But I love the, goodness, what is that color? It's like a mango. I think it's Mango Melody. We've got another flower here, a white one that we could use. I wish you guys could see this paper up close because it is absolutely amazing. It looks like someone has just taken a paintbrush and you can see all the strokes from the paintbrush. All right, we've got that one. Where'd my little one go? Is it blending in there and I can't see it? Yep. And then let's grab this big one. I don't think we want those little leaves there. Okay. I think I might have to trim that. Well, that would work. We could put that there. And then maybe put that there, and we'll put this guy here. All right. I've got another little one if I need it. So let me pop these up and you'll see what it looks like. I know it's blending in, but once we add dimensionals, it gives that 3D look. Okay. If you need supplies, then I really would appreciate you using the host code right here. I use the host code to buy you guys prizes. So when you use that host code, it actually helps with getting prizes for you guys. I know, Cindy, I know there were other people that were going to hop on tonight. I just don't know where they are. Maybe they're all eating dinner. Who knows? Okay, I think I'm gonna have to do that. But that's okay, they can come back and watch the replay. I'm just cutting up these little bits so I can use them, because I'm not gonna throw those away. All about saving money. All right, I'm almost done, ladies. I want to hide that flat side. I'm just going to put it right underneath that flower right there. And then we'll grab this little one and we'll put him or her up there. All right. You see that? See how that pops? And then we're going to add some bling and we'll add a bow. Okay. This is a very busy paper. There's so many DSP designs that you can use. I mean, you can use any design. It will work. This layout will work with any design. All right, this is the metallic edged ribbon with silver. Since Pretty Peacock is a cool color, I wanted to go with silver instead of gold. Although you've got your oranges in here, which are warm colors, so it's such an interesting combination of color. All right. Oops. Okay, I think I might have to make that smaller. Let's see. I don't want to cover up my sentiment. Oh, Butterfingers. Maybe right there. That looks good. Okay, let's get a glue dot. I can hear my wind chimes outside going crazy from the wind. Okay, now originally I thought, you know, I'm going to pull some of these. Remember these? These were from the holiday catalog and they carried over. I can't remember what they're called. I can't remember. Blue faceted gems, maybe? They're a carryover item from the holiday catalog. Let's put that up here. And we'll do one more. I like to do odd numbers, 3 or 5. Okay, there is that card. Thank you, Cindy. I'm so glad you like it. Yes, these embellishments were with the snowflake suite. Okay, let me show you some other examples to give you some ideas of how this layout will work. Okay, so this one is not using the dies. It was just cutting it with your paper trimmer. And I ended up stamping a popsicle and adding that as my focal point. And then this is another one just using the paper trimmer, and there's no focal point. I used the longer stamp and I needed more space. So this is a simpler card, but still very cute. Okay, and here's another one. This one's using the dies. No focal point, just a bow. Let's see, I pulled some of that seashell paper and I used the lattice die on this one. I kind of felt like it was a little bit too busy, but I was just playing around to see what it would look like. And then I ended up just cutting out shells from the paper. I didn't actually stamp those. They're cut out from the DSP. This is some more of that fine art DSP, and if you can see, I cut out some of the flowers and I put them on dimensionals. Okay. And this one's a very simple card. This is more of that seashell paper, and using the die, no focal point because the stamp was longer, but just adding in some embellishments and stamps. And then the last card, this is another one. This is, I cut out flowers from the DSP. This paper is a pack that you can earn for free for celebration. And I used the dies. This is the lattice die here. So lots of examples on using this technique. Again, just take one piece of paper. I wanted to show you what it would look like using lots of different types of paper. But pick one sheet. You're going to cut it at 4, 4 again, turn it, cut it at 4 and 4, and you're going to end up with 9 squares that are 4 by 4. And then you're just going to decide, are you going to use your paper trimmer and split it this way? Or you can purchase the dies that go with this bundle, and you can get those really pretty detailed edges and use these to get some of these effects. I hope you liked this tonight. Great way to not waste your paper. I know that a lot of times when I'm cutting my DSP, I want to get the most out of it, but then there's a layout that I'm doing, and it doesn't always save paper. It uses a lot of the paper. So this is a great way, I think, very economical to make your DSP last longer. You can get 9 cards out of one sheet, which is amazing. I hope you guys liked this tonight. Thanks for joining me. Oh, I'm so glad, Stacy, you liked the ideas. Hopefully you will try this yourself. I know that in our February workshop, I'm going to be giving you a split card. That will be one of the cards you're going to make for the February workshop. Okay? I haven't decided yet what paper you're going to use, but I know that that's going to be one of the cards. All right? Okay, ladies, I will see you Friday for our Simply Succulents class, and I hope you guys survive our winter storm that we're having. Stay safe and dry inside, and have a good rest of your evening. Thanks for hopping on. I will see you soon. Bye.